day. After 12 complex games, there was nothing to separate Magnus Carlsen, the world champion, and challenger Fabiano Caruana. So they now go into tie-breaks. They'll play 4 quick play games, normal games, of course, normal chess games, but with a faster time limit, 25 minutes per player, plus 10 seconds increment per move. If it's still even after those 4 games, then they'll play blitz games, 2 games of 5 minutes each, plus 2 seconds per move. And after 5 pairs of those blitz games, if they still haven't got a winner, then they'll play 1 Armageddon game where white has to win, and if black draws, then black will be the winner. So, of course, with less time on the clock, then there are going to be more blunders, and I think we're going to see some decisive games today. Who's going to win today and why?
A wise man once said that the ratings never lie, so I think Carlsen is going to win.
I think that Caruana will win because he's controlling very well his nerves, and his preparation has been showing very good until now.
Magnus Carlsen, he's got a plan. He knew what we were doing in the last game, and he's going for speed chess. He's going to win it.
The American Caruana is going to win. Carlsen's favored. Everybody knows he's number 1 ranked in the speed. But I have to say that we're going to see a momentous shift. We're going to bring the trophy back, the championship back, and the number 1 player back to United States where it belongs.
I think Carlsen will get out on top simply because he's better under the time pressures.
Since I'm Norwegian, I'm going to say Magnus Carlsen, because I think he was tricking Caruana by taking the remis. He's just playing a game, yeah.
So who's the favourite going into the tie-breaks? Well, it has to be Magnus Carlsen. He's already won the World Rapid Play Championships twice previously, and he has a superb record in tie-breaks. So, does Fabiano Caruana have a chance? Well, I think he does. In their personal score in speed chess, it's actually 3-3, would you believe? Also, the American has shown incredibly strong nerves during this match. Seems that all that yoga is paying off. We'll soon find out who is going to be the world chess champion. The first speed game began very well for Carlsen. He unsettled Caruana with his opening choice, and the challenger was always on the back foot. The crucial moment came late in an endgame. Caruana still had a chance to hold, but he overlooked a brilliant idea from Carlsen, and suddenly the game was lost. Keen to hit back in game 2, Caruana took on the sharp Sicilian Sveshnikov again, but the strategy rebounded on him as he overlooked a deadly piece sacrifice, and his king was caught in the middle of the board. With a 2-0 lead, the match was as good as over, and Carlsen made no mistake in the third game, winning that one too. A crushing and convincing win for Magnus Carlsen, who retains the title of world champion. The difference between success and failure is very slim. Here's the critical moment from the first quick play game. Here Fabiano took the pawn in the middle with the king, and it looks like he's drifting towards a draw. But Magnus had foreseen a really nice trick here. Instead of taking the pawn, he gave a check with his rook. This is brilliant. And now after king takes pawn, rook takes pawn, and the rook was able to come here, take this pawn here, and then these 2 pawns were just too dangerous. Now, if we go back, black can actually change the move order and secure a draw. So instead of taking the pawn, first of all, a check. The king comes here, and only then take this pawn, and this is a draw. It's a very clever idea. So rook takes pawn looks fantastic for white, but now black can counterattack. This is the point. We can play rook here, and actually the idea is to play the king in and threaten a checkmate. Well, of course, white can avoid that, but basically white cannot avoid a draw here. So when the king comes out, then we can give a check again, and the king has to go back and a draw by repetition, because this threat of coming here is just too strong. So there we go. After Magnus won that first game, it was really very, very convincing in the tiebreak.
One of the things that I've never done very well is to listen to other people's advice. I've always gone my own way, and that's what I did this time as well. I did what I thought was the best, both practical and sporting decisions, and it's brought me this trophy today.